Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to be walking through how you can automatically assign permission sets to newly created users. One of the most common scenarios that you're going to run into as a Salesforce admin is having to create users and then manually add them to multiple permission sets. And you can do this for standard permission sets or custom permission sets. A common scenario is all internal users need to be added to the Einstein activity capture permission set, or maybe Experience Cloud users that have a certain role and a certain profile combination need to be given certain permission sets. But in this case, we're going to look at creating a custom permission set and then automatically assigning that to all of our newly created users in the org. So we're first going to click the gear icon and go to Setup, and then we're going to search for permission sets from the quick find here. And then we're going to click on permission sets under users and go ahead and create our new permission set. And we'll call this demo permission set. And then we'll assign this to our Salesforce license. And now that we have this, we're just going to copy that permission set name. We don't want to use the ID because when we get into the flow, we're going to add a get element so that it searches for this permission set by name. And that way, if you're developing this in a sandbox and pushing it to production, or developing it in a developer org and moving it somewhere else, that permission set ID can change. And so we actually want to search these up by the permission set name. So from here, we're going to open a new window and search for flows in our quick find. And then click on flows under process automation and go to the new flow button here. This is going to be a record triggered flow. So we're going to click on triggered automations and then record triggered flow. And then in our start element, the object is going to be the user object. And then we're only going to run this whenever a record is created. And then we could add filter criteria to base it off of a license or a profile or a role or anything like that. But we're going to leave this fire for all users right now. And then we're going to leave this as actions and related records, since this is going to be hitting other records besides the user object. So again, we're going to start with our get element. So we want to do a get, and this is going to be get demo PS. And then we'll tab to create that API name as well. And then our object is going to be the permission set object right here. And then our field here is going to be the name. So the permission set name equals, and then we're just going to paste our permission set name here as well. And you could do this again with the Einstein activity capture permission set, any custom permission set, as long as it has a unique name. And then we only want the first record, and we're going to store all fields. And then right after that get, we're going to use a create records element. And so from here, we're going to create the demo PS assignment. So every permission set assignment is its own record that functions like a junction object. It just has a lookup to that permission set, and it has a lookup to that user. So those are the fields that we're going to need to populate here. So this is going to be manual, and this is going to be permission set assignment right here. And then our field is going to be the assignee ID, and that's going to be the user ID. So we're just going to use the triggering user.id. And then our permission set ID is going to be our permission set from get demo permission set. And then just our permission set ID, just like this. And then we can do the same thing with permission set groups, of course. So exact same logic. If you have a permission set group and you want to assign that to users as soon as they're created, you would just do the get for that permission set group. And then right here, you would use permission set group ID instead of the permission set ID. But in this case, I just want to assign this individual permission set. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and we're going to call this assign demo PS to new users. And then we'll save that so that we can debug this. Actually, we'll go ahead and just activate this flow and go test it in real life. So let's jump into our users now. And I'm going to create a new user. And I'm going to call this tray test, tray.test at tray.com. And then we're going to set this as the Salesforce license, and we'll give him the contract manager role. And then we're going to save this user. And then as soon as that user's saved, we see that he has a permission set assignment for the demo PS permission set. And that is all we have to do. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.